So today's video is going to be about this little guy right here. This is the 7-in-1 USB-C hub from Cable Creation. I don't know if it'll focus on the name right there, but it has 7 ports. It is a very useful device, and I have actually been using this a lot with my Steam Deck. You could use it with MacBooks and laptops or any device that only has a singular USB-C port. It will serve you a lot of justice. I'm going to show you guys some of the functionalities that this thing offers, and talk a little bit about my experience with the device and if you guys should get one of these as well. I personally have been using the adapter a lot with my Steam Deck. They had perfect timing, so shout out to Cable Creation for sending out the adapter right when I was getting my Steam Deck. It was the perfect opportunity to test everything out because I don't really have any other device that only has one USB-C port, so this was the perfect test to see what all I can do if I use their adapter. So I just want to say thank you to them, and also thank you for reaching out to a small YouTuber like me and acknowledging me as a tech tuber. It feels good to actually cover products that people want me to cover, especially if it's a good product like this adapter. It is high quality, it feels good, and this is just one of the many adapters and cables that they sell over on their website at Cable Creation. So I recommend you guys check out their website if you guys need any Oculus Link cables or any 10-foot, 16-foot USB-C cables. They have that and a whole lot more on their website, as well as some other adapters that they offer. Steam Deck doesn't have the official dock out yet, so for the time being, this is a perfect solution. If you want to use it as a dock, you can plug in your controllers, your keyboards, your mouse, and you can connect to your monitor as well. And it is a pretty good, strong cable. So as far as build quality goes, they do have an aluminum model, and I think the other one's plastic or whatever it is, but they sent me the aluminum one, and I gotta say it feels really good. I have another adapter that I was using before this, and this one definitely feels a whole lot better, a whole lot more durable, and more high quality. I'm gonna plug in a few things here as it's plugged into my Steam Deck so that you guys can actually see it working, because this is a really good dock alternative. It doesn't hold up your Steam Deck, but if you have a stand and you're planning to use your Steam Deck stationary on a desk, this is the perfect dock solution. It has everything you would need that your Nintendo Switch dock has and more, because it has 7 freaking ports. Alright, so the first issue that this adapter has actually solved for me is getting audio on the Steam Deck using Windows 11. If you've been keeping up, or if you have watched any videos prior to this one, then you know that if you run Windows on your Steam Deck, there is no audio. You will have to use Bluetooth or wireless headphones. These are the PlayStation 3D Pulse headphones. This is the wireless adapter that makes the headphones work. I'm plugging this in straight into the adapter, just like that, and turning these headphones on. I am able to hear everything that's going on my Steam Deck. Obviously, if you're playing this laying down or something, it's not going to be the most convenient thing, but if you're using this stationary and actually as a dock so that you can play on a screen or just want to sit here, plug and play, then it's the perfect solution for audio as well. That's the first thing that I noticed that I was able to do with this thing, so that's pretty cool. Probably one of the most useful and my absolute favorite thing that this adapter is capable of is the fact that it has another USB-C port on it. So this is the Steam Deck charger, or if you have a laptop charger, MacBook charger, whatever it is that uses USB-C for charging, this plugs right in there, and then you plug this back to the top, and just like that, the Steam Deck is now charging. You probably can't see it, but somewhere in the bottom it shows that we're charging, and it keeps this thing alive no matter how many things I have plugged in here. I've used this to plug and play. I've seen an issue on Reddit where some adapters actually reverse the charging order and send power to the adapter versus receiving power through the adapter and charging your device. So this one actually charges your device, so that is a huge reason why I recommend this one. The other ones I tried didn't even have the USB-C option to charge and plug in the adapter, so that is a very huge plus because you want to have the ability to charge while you're plugging things into it. So big thumbs up on Cable Creation side. And we still have one more USB port and an HDMI. We do have an Ethernet port on the side, which is also a huge plus if you want to use wired connection. Then there's a regular SD card slot. But the next thing I want to show you guys is what happens when you plug in an HDMI, and I think that would pretty much wrap up the main things that I've been using this adapter for and show you guys a little bit of what that's like. As you can tell, wire management can get a little bit crazy when you're using an adapter like this. You have the option to obviously hide all of this, but for the sake of the video, I want you guys to see what all I'm using. I do have a mouse, a keyboard, and the HDMI plugged in with the Steam Deck and an HDMI to a second screen. Remember how I mentioned that this thing was the perfect solution for a dock, since we don't have an official dock, or we do, but it's not out yet. It does exactly what you would expect a dock to do. It displays my Steam Deck screen on to the monitor. You have the option to either mirror whatever's on your Steam Deck screen, or you have the option to use it as a second screen. The awesome thing about using this as a second screen is actually that you can control the frame rate on here, and the adapter itself does say it supports up to 60 Hz 4K. This is a 1920 by 1080p monitor, and the refresh rate on this monitor right now is set up to 144 Hz, and it is actually supported by the adapter and the HDMI cable. So that is a huge bonus. If it says 60 Hz 4K, then I would assume that you can't do 60 Hz, 4K and 144 Hz. But if you're running 1080, it is nice to see that it actually supports 120 Hz or 144 Hz. I went into the display settings here on Windows, and it actually allowed me to change the display settings to 144 Hz. And just to make sure that I'm not actually making that up, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up just one last time to make sure. So here I have my display settings. When I go to advanced display settings, it shows that I'm running at desktop mode 1280 by 860 Hz, which is the actual Steam Deck screen. And then if I switch it to display number 2, it shows that I'm running at 1920 by 1080 and 144 Hz. So huge bonus for any adapters that, or anyone curious about adapters that support high frame rates. The Cable Creation 7-in-1 USB-C hub supports high frame rates. High frame rates and being able to charge and play are my absolute favorite things about this adapter. The only thing I wish is that it had a third normal USB port. I believe these are USB 3.0. If it had just one more, I could use my headphones and plug in a mouse and keyboard if I needed to. Another option would be to just plug in another adapter into this adapter with the USB-C and use the USB ports on there. I can't really complain, that's just me being nitpicky. They did an absolute wonderful job with this adapter, and the fact that it supports 60 Hz 4K and 144 Hz 1920 by 1080 is something I did not expect, but I'm really happy that it actually works. Maybe another HDMI port would make people happy, but for the price and for what you're getting and the build quality and the capabilities of it, I have no complaints. So if you need a Steam Deck dock, or if you need a good adapter to plug stuff into when you only have one USB-C port, I strongly recommend the Cable Creation 7-in-1 USB-C hub. They even had pretty good packaging. This was the box it came in, and there was something in here that I almost forgot about, but I'm gonna take this out to show you guys. The adapter was in here. It was pretty nice packaging, but the cool part is they actually included, what is this in here? Stickers. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you guys for choosing me at Cable Creation. So if you guys have any more cool cables or adapters you guys want to send me, I'll be more than happy to talk about them here on the channel, and more than happy to actually use them, because things like this are actually very useful, especially when I'm using things like the Steam Deck that I want to try new tech on. Alright, so in the box for that thing, they actually had a pretty good little pouch to put the adapter in, and that is pretty awesome. You could put it in like this, I guess, and you could store it wherever you're going to store your adapters. I thought it was a cool touch for them to include an actual little case for it, so that's pretty awesome. It has a little tag that says Cable Creation right there. Well, yeah, pretty easy to use, pretty easy to take out. It doesn't close or anything up top, so if that's a concern to you, then you know that's something to look out for. But just the fact they included this at all is pretty cool. I mean, keep it in a safe spot, don't drop it. If it could probably tank a fall, since it is pretty good build quality. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about the USB-C hub. It makes for a great Steam Deck dock, and it has been very useful in everything that I have done. If you need to plug stuff in, definitely get one of these. I think this is one of the most crucial Steam Deck accessories. Since we don't have a dock and since it only has one USB-C port up top, definitely get one of these, and I strongly recommend the Cable Creation one. Head over to their website, check out what they have to offer. I think there's some 5-in-1s, this one's a 7-in-1. Enough about Cable Creation and about USB-C hub. If you guys want more Steam Deck content, more accessories, and more tech, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I will be covering more Steam Deck stuff and more PlayStation stuff in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.